This is Kugan Cassius for IFLTV. We are at the Beterbiev-Bivol press conference here in London, joined by promoter Frank Warren. Interesting press conference, Frank?
Yeah, it was. Good.
Obviously, huge fight on October the 12th. We saw these guys face off today. Yeah.
Great fight. Game of Thrones. You know, 4 belts on the line, 2 unbelievably great undefeated fighters. One with a perfect record of 20 fights, 20 knockouts. And that's Beterbiev, and Bivol, who is an unbelievable boxer. This is going to be something extra special.
One of the most sought after fights in boxing, Frank, has been for some time.
Shame it hadn't taken place because of the injury, but we're on now and it's going to be great.
Right, Frank, I do want to ask you about an article that came online over the last 12 hours or when it was from Simon Jordan. I'm sure you would have read that. I just wanted your response to that. There were some quite strong opinions in there. Well, so one second, read you the headline of this. 1 second. Right, so this was the headline to the article. Simon Jordan, we must stop selling our sporting soul to the Saudis who have undermined free speech in this country and must respect our history and culture. That was the headline of the article.
Well, before I answer how I feel about it, he has been champion Ben Shalom, to my knowledge, for a long, long time. And I know he's been out and helping Ben Shalom raise money for his business, and at one stage was going to be his chairman of his companies, so I understand. If you've heard him a few times saying he was coming into boxing. So going out and raising money for somebody who sat on that table and gave praise for Ben Shalom did, like we all did, for the involvement of Riyadh Seas and His Excellency, what's his opinion on that now? And what's he going to be telling those people he was raising money for about that? As for what's it about selling our soul, how have we sold our soul? Was that not a great night for British boxing then? Or world boxing, British boxing at Wembley? Did the fans get entertained? Did they enjoy their night? Was it fantastic? You know, Liam Gallagher on there, if you're into music, you know, British, massive part of a massive band, biggest band, what's it, the 90s and 20s in Britain, you know, British night, an all-British heavyweight title fight, which he would have been complaining about if it had been in Saudi, because you've got to find something to knock it all the time. And it's not like it's coming from his heart about Saudi Arabia, because he was wanting to go and meet His Excellency last week, but he got blown off. Now, if he feels so bad about it, if he's what he's saying and he feels so strong about it, and this big high ground he's got, why does he not go to Talk Sport and say, you know what, I'm resigning because you bought those fights? If it's not a personal thing, rather than being what he takes it to be, some sort of nationalistic feeling that he's got. And why does he say to Jim White, you know what, I can't work with you, Jim. You went to Saudi, you went and accepted the hospitality. Why is he working with him? You know, he's working because it's money. He does it because it's money. That's why he's doing it. You know, if he'd have owned Crystal Palace and they come in and said, look, you know what, we want to put a lot of money in this, the hair wouldn't be peroxide, would it? It'd be green. He'd have dyed his hair green. He'd have done anything to have had him involved. He is a hypocrite at the highest order in what he's saying. I make money from it. That's what we do. That's what we've invested in our business to deliver the best fights to the fans over the years in our cards, and we're doing it. British boxing, has it suffered? Do you think it's suffered? It's on the back page.
Absolutely not.
Everywhere. Do you think your fight? You see them fighters there? Saudi next in October, first ever women's title fight, getting paid a lot of money for it. Do you think for 1 minute that's bad for British boxing? It's just a complete and utter nonsense. And as for the national anthem,
I was going to ask about that.
You don't have to. I'm going to roll it all off. As for the national anthem, every football event I've been to, international match, boxing events and normally any other events, the host country's anthem always goes last. That's a fact, okay? Why was the Saudi anthem played? It's in the clue. It's called Riyadh season. Now we see all those banners everywhere. It's promoting Riyadh season. That's what they're paying for. That's what it's about. Are you stupid or something? You do not understand that, people? Simon, you don't get that? You know, it's why do you have Crystal Palace when you was there have somebody's advertising on their shirt? Because you're selling it. That's what they're doing. It's a commercial venture. And for them, it was about bringing to the attention of Riyadh season, which it done very successfully, and saying to the Brits, listen, we're not taking things away, we're bringing them back here. And that was good, and I just keep saying it was good for our sport. All these people who keep coming out, finding things wrong with it, what on earth is the matter with you? Empty seats? Few empty seats at the top. You know why they're empty? Because there's a canopy over the ring. If we sell them, I'd be getting sued because you'd be looking at the top of a canopy.
Frank, the last one, obviously there was a few newspaper reports, etc., online articles regarding the media not being allowed in. That was their opinion.
I'll get all that. 370 odd media applications. We had less than 100 places for them. Every single national newspaper was accommodated. I only found out about this, by the way, after. You're obviously referring to Ollie Brown.
Yep.
I found out about that after the event. But every newspaper was accommodated. Every radio station was accommodated. Everybody who applied, every brand that is, you know, whether it be the Mirror, the Sun, whatever, everybody was accommodated. A couple of them got 2 instead of 1, but the reason was they had bigger circulation. We're commercial. That's what we're doing. We're selling the business. What happened with Ollie was unfortunate, but the fact of life is they had a reporter there. Their boxing reporter was there covering it. And you know what? They put great coverage in the newspaper. I don't want to be wasted talking about all this sort of stuff when we do have such a historic and a great event. But I've got to tell you something. I've never I've not banned anyone from boxing, and I was unaware of it at the time. That is the reason. Otherwise, you know, we'd have been sitting up in the gods getting a nosebleed because there's no bloody room for them.
Frank Warren, much appreciate your time, and roll on October the 12th, Riyadh season. Thank you very much.